Hey guys, my name is Luisa Fernanda Quintero Garzón and today talk about corruption. Introduction. Political corruption refers to criminal acts committed by officials and public authorities who abuse their power and influence by internationally misusing the financial and human resources to which they have access. Forms of corruption. The forms of corruption vary, but the most common are the illegitimate use of privileged information and sponsorship, in addition to bribes, influence spending, extortion, fraud, embezzlement, prevarication, cooptation, nepotism, and impunity. Corruption often facilities of types of criminal acts, such as drug trafficking, money laundering, and illegal prostitution, among others. Index of perception of corruption in the world. This index classifies countries by rating them from 0, perception of high levels of corruption, to 100, perception of very low levels of corruption, based on the perception of corruption of the public sector that its inhabitants have. In the map, it is observed that the countries of the red color, in this case, that represent more corruption, as we can see almost all the countries of Africa. Present this phenomenon some countries of the in Africa, some countries of the Middle East, Russia, and into America. Because of the situation in Venezuela, the country of this region with a higher corruption index, and also to lesser extent, Colombia also ups. More than two-thirds of the countries around the world are corrupt. Corruption is contributing to a crisis in democracy throughout the world, while there are exceptions. The data shows that despite some progress, most countries don't achieve serious incursions against corruption. In this imagine, Denmark and New Zealand, countries with the less corruption. The countries with the higher index of corruption are Somalia, Syria, and South Sudan. This may be because by major political and armed conflicts, the squandering of government will, the subjection of other countries, and the lack of good leaders. It also showed that countries with high corruption rates also have democratic institutions and weaker political rights. Colombian case. In Colombia, the Controller's Office is in charge of verifying the transparency indexes. The regional controllerships whose main mission is to control the efficient and steady management of the resources of the territorial entities, have a higher risk of corruption than their supervisors ones. It is estimated that the annual cost of corruption in Colombia is more than 50 billion pesos, approximately $17 billion per year, represents 5% of GDP and 21% of the national budget. A comparative table of corruption in Colombia in the global context, according to the 2016 report of Transparency International. According to the table, we see the comparison of corruption in Colombia with respect to the world and respect to New Zealand, which is the country with the lowest level of corruption. Here, Colombia represented by red and and tell us that its score is 37, which is higher than the world average corruption. Case of corruption in Colombia. The case in Buenaventura. These two officials of the DIAN would have allowed the illegal entry of tons of merchandise through the port of Buenaventura in exchange for millionary dividends. The result of contracting in Bogota. Irregular negotiation multimillionaire commission by a former congressman, some businessman, and the mayor of the city. The main work that was affected was the construction of the third phase of the Transmilenio system. Odebrecht case. Brazilian construction company Odebrecht, which would have made money briefs to presidents, ex-presidents, and government officials over the past 20 years to obtain benefits in public contracts. Corruption with the prison of the country Barranquilla for its case. Payment of price to high officials so that inmates receive benefits within them, such as better comfort in the cells, reception of visits without schedules, use of electronic devices, among others. Conclusion. Corruption, like any crime, leaves victims. In Colombia, it is a phenomenon that in recent times has been increasingly with thousands of victims and stagnating the growth of the country. Although efforts have been made to combat corruption, these are not evident and the citizens in the end. In the end, less confidence in the institutions and their governments. Bye bye.